Hello and welcome to Being Extraordinary. My name is Sarah Kent and I help women to connect to and create their dreams. Would you like to be able to bounce back when life doesn't go to plan and to always be able to find a way to respond calmly and move forward from setbacks? Even when we're doing our absolute best, of course, we can still make mistakes, and picking ourselves up and learning from mistakes is a part of what being resilient is all about. Over the next 7 episodes, we're going to explore some of the different elements which combine to create resilience, so you can find ways to become more resilient in your own life, whether you're working towards creating a dream or a life goal, or simply faced with something unexpected and challenging. Now, if you're a woman and you find this helpful, you'll find a lot of value and support in my Facebook group, Being Extraordinary, and you'll see a link in the description below this video. I'd love to see you there. Resilience is our ability to cope with and recover from setbacks. This means not only having strong coping skills, but also knowing when to ask for help, as well as having ways to manage how we respond to any situation that we're facing. And actually, resilience is not a trait that people either have or do not have. It involves behaviours and thoughts and actions that can be learned and developed by anyone. So we're going to look at how we can build resilience by looking at 7 different elements: confidence, competence, connection, character, contribution, coping, and control. And you might want to have a notebook and pen handy, since I'm going to offer some self-reflection prompts for you as we go along. Today, we're going to look at self-confidence, and there will be some questions at the end to help you learn more about your own self-confidence. Now, confidence is a belief in ourselves and knowing that we can meet life's challenges and that at a deep level we will be okay. This deep-rooted sense of self-belief helps us to step out of our comfort zones and try new things, because we can trust that we have within us the ability to meet life's challenges and to learn from them, whatever happens. Now, one of the most important steps in developing and maintaining self-confidence is self-care. When you practice self-care, you know you're doing something positive for your mind, body, and spirit, and you will naturally feel more confident as a result. Self-care, of course, is going to look different for everybody, but the basics include exercising regularly, getting enough sleep, and having a healthy diet. Another step in maintaining self-confidence is simply being kind to yourself. We're all human and we all make mistakes and experience setbacks. When we make a mistake, become we need to become our own best friends and remind ourselves that mistakes and setbacks happen to everyone, and that the gift in a mistake is that there is always something that can be learned from it. When we have self-confidence, it is easier, of course, to say yes to new things and to step out of our comfort zones. And to help develop self-confidence and face fears or the unknown thing that you're going to have to do, try thinking about how you can make it easy for yourself. We don't always have to take a giant leap into the unknown. We can give ourselves time to work out what's the smallest thing we could do which would move us in the right direction. Taking tiny steps like this and celebrating successes whilst learning from mistakes helps us to both believe and know that we can do challenging things, and this in turn builds self-confidence. Something else that also helps is setting realistic goals. This links actually back to that last point. It's okay to have big, hairy, audacious goals, but if you can, I suggest always chunk them down, break them into smaller goals or steps, the smallest steps if you can. And you can carry on repeating that process until you have a series of much smaller goals, tiny steps which feel achievable, and each of which is going to move you towards your goal. It's all very well me talking to you about confidence, self-confidence like this, but what I really want to do now is to help you learn a little bit more about what confidence looks like for you. This is where you'll want to grab a pen and paper because I am going to offer you a few questions to help you learn more about your own particular brand of self-confidence. And of course, you can just pause the playback if you need to get those things. You might want to pause it after each question too to give you time to reflect and respond. Okay, so remember a time in your life when you felt self-confidence and what that self-confidence was like for you. It doesn't have to be any time recent. Just remember a time when you were being self-confident, what you were doing and what you felt like. And when you're being self-confident in just the way that you'd like. That's like what? I'll ask that question for you again. When you're being self-confident in just the way you would like, that's like what? And is there anything else about that? And is there anything else about that? And what did others see or hear when you were being self-confident like that? And what happened just before you were self-confident like that? And what happened just before that? And what do you know now about being self-confident in just the way you'd like? And what difference does that knowing make? Well, that was a really short exploration, and I hope you discovered something new in considering those simple questions. Self-confidence is a muscle which we can all build. And when we do, it becomes easier for us to be resilient. I hope you found this helpful today. As I mentioned at the beginning, if you're a woman who has a dream and wants to make a difference in and with your life, and you'd like to be in a community of other extraordinary women, I invite you to join my Facebook group, Being Extraordinary. There's a link in the description below the video. Just request to join and I'll welcome you personally to the group. I would love to see you there. I'm Sarah Kent, and until next time, be extraordinary.